Let it be an avenue for what? For growth. For me, volunteering has helped me build. Volunteering has helped me build my communication skills. Volunteering has helped me build my interaction skills. Volunteering has helped me a whole lot. Volunteering has helped me to build empathy. And these are some of the basic things that what each human, everyone has to what? Everyone has to show empathy. Volunteering has helped me build a whole lot, and it's still helping me. So see it as an avenue what? See it as an avenue to grow. And see it as an avenue for what? Personal and professional development. See it as an avenue for what? Personal and professional development. They all know, I know some folks that what? That got into organizations via volunteering, and they are doing well today. All they just did was volunteer. And one thing is, when you volunteer for an organization, do it well. Don't do it because, oh, like I said earlier, you are a man, you are a woman of value. They can't pay you. Those organizations can't pay you. Your worth is beyond what they can pay. So give them value. Each time you are called to volunteer, or each time you find yourself in a volunteering organization or volunteering, you have a volunteering opportunity, give value, give of your best. And trust me, when you give of your best, even you yourself, you'll be happy with yourself. When you give of your best, even you yourself, opportunities will spring up from there. I've gotten job gigs even while volunteering. Of course, I didn't go to volunteer because I was looking for job gigs, no. But while I was volunteering, I did my job willingly. I did it with all my might. I did it happily. And then there are rewards to all of this. There are rewards to all of this. So key things to note, I'll soon be rounding up. Key things to note while volunteering. Number one, be intentional. Be intentional. Know your why. Be intentional. Number two, know your niche. Now, there are different volunteering niche. There are different volunteering niche. We have community service, we have event volunteering, we have branding volunteering, we have NGO, we have school outreach, we have corporate organization. These are different volunteering niche. My question is, what is your niche? Which niche is your interest when it comes to volunteering? Which niche are you known for? What are you known for? You shouldn't be a jack of all trades. All volunteer. No. At least you should have two or three niche that you are known for. Either it's corporate volunteering. So corporate volunteering is basically you looking out for volunteer opportunities with what? With corporate organizations. Community service, going out for outreach, going out to communities, going to Makoko, going for cleaning and all. Environmental, that's still under cleaning. Climate, that's still under environmental. So know your niche. And then number three, what do you have to offer? Now I tell people, when you go out to volunteer, what skill do you have to offer? Because your skill is what will stand you out. What skill is what will differentiate you from every other volunteer out there. So my question to you is, what skill, what service do you have to offer? And then number four, what do you wish to see change? What do you wish to see change? What do you wish to see change? And then number five, let your why be strong enough. Let your why be strong enough. I ask you the question again. What is your why? What is your why? What is your why? Your why is very important. Your why is what will keep you going. Your why is what will give you that drive. Your why is what will give you that hunger. Your why is what will give you the motivation. Your why is what will give you the ginger. Again, what is your why? In conclusion, volunteering offers a unique opportunity for individuals, particularly young people, to contribute positive societal change while gaining valuable skills and experience. By understanding the essence of volunteering, recognizing its impact, and actively engaging in service, young volunteers can play a significant role in building a better future for themselves and for their community. For themselves and for their community. I'll be stopping here. I want to believe you've gotten value. Thank you for your time. I'll be open to questions now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much, Mr. Paul Ayeni, for being very concise and delivering powerful points succinctly. Really appreciate you. Just to just summarize more of your some of your just to summarize your discussion or just to summarize what we shared with us so far. You mentioned that we need to understand that volunteering is a pivotal tool and it is part of the impact we benefit or we generate or we get from volunteering is the economic impact that it has the ability to provide us that skill that will give us that will help put food on our table. That we should see volunteering as a means for giving back. We see it as a means of connecting with like mind. We see it as a means of mingling with like mind people who are great individuals. Because only great individuals volunteer. Then you also mentioned something like we should be very intentional when trying to volunteer. We should know our why. That is that why that will sustain us sustain that spirit or that will to volunteer. You also mentioned that we need to understand our niche or understand the niche at which we are our niche, understand the niche that we want to volunteer for, and we should know what niche interests us. At least 2 to 3 niche is what we should look at in when we want to try to volunteer. You mentioned a whole lot, but those are the few I was able to put down. At this point, I believe fellow participants are also powered and I'm not sure they received value already from what is shared with us so far. So at this point, I don't know if there's any question for our speaker. If you have any question for our speaker, you can unmute yourself and just speak. Thank you. Any question yet? All right. So I think let me just go first. I have a question, Mr. Paul. So my question will be on the part where you explain that we need to understand the need we are volunteering for, right? So there are some organizations where their niche is kind of blurry in the sense that you can see an organization doing doing outreaches, um, also pursuing a social cause, let's say probably a cause on climate change. They're also doing outreaches to help maybe a disadvantaged set of people. Yeah, let me just put it like that. And you also see them pursuing another niche at the same time. So those kind there and some of these organizations exist, or a lot of, let me just say a substantial number of these organizations exist. So for example, for this organization, what's your feed what's your view on that? That's one. Then two, we see volunteering as a means to build skill and uh, um, build skill and generate uh, a, a potential a potential income in the future. I use the word potential income in the future since we are building skill. But in if you're looking at if you want to preach to secondary school students or undergraduate students who virtually has no skills or something and they are preaching about volunteering to them. So what skill are you trying to tell them to um give back or to give for free to organizations since generally they don't have any skill and they are coming to volunteer so they can build that skill. So those are my two questions. Isn't it?
Okay. The second, and once I'm done the second, you just remind me of the first. You get. So for the second now, so for someone that does not have a skill, okay, so for probably secondary school students and or university or undergraduates that are probably they don't have a skill to give. Now, if you don't have a skill, that's why, like I said earlier, know your why. Why are you volunteering? So if you don't have a skill, then you should be out for something that you want to learn a skill. Okay, so like I for myself now, I was a social media savvy person, right? Normal. I love social media, but that does not mean I had a skill. Like I had a skill in social media. So for me now, I wanted to learn. Now that's the key word. I wanted to learn, and that was what helped me in my journey. I knew my why. I knew the major reasons why I was even volunteering in the first place, which is what, to learn the ropes when it comes to what, social media management or social media strategy. You understand? That was my why, and of course I was able to achieve that. So now here's the thing: why volunteering? It's also an avenue to build yourself. So now, while I was volunteering in the area of social media, right? I didn't stop at what I was learning on volunteering alone. I had to what, seek for more knowledge, because that is what will make me indispensable. So when they give you a little skill, right? Now it's now up for you to what? To now go out there, what? To now what? To beam light on the skill, to learn more on that particular skill. With that, you become more knowledgeable, and then before you know it, you are handling respectable roles in various organizations, even while volunteering. Sure, you understand? So your why at the beginning is what matters. Why do you volunteer? Why are you volunteering in the first place? So once you've been able to what, to sort out your why, every other thing will align. Every other thing will align. I hope I was able to answer that.
Yes, yes, we're able to provide clarity on that. And you
Okay,
said I should
so
remind you of the first question. So the first question was on about organization which niche is actually kind of blurry. You can have an organization that is focused on maybe pursuing a social cause, let's say climate change, and that same organization does outreaches, and that organization does among other things. And we have a
okay,
couple of organizations like that that exist, and
okay,
volunteering for them. What do you see to that? If you said
okay,
maybe
okay.
follow a niche.
Yeah. So now here's the thing. It's not as if now for is one thing for an organization and is another thing for an individual. They are two separate entities. Sure, you understand. So for organizations now, for organizations, I believe we've heard of the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, right? So for organizations now, we have organizations, most organizations have, they pick more than one SDG goals. Do you understand? So it's not as if they don't have a niche, but for them they pick more than one SDG goals. So for some that for some that one of their goals is what, climate change. For some, they can pick climate change, they can pick eradicating poverty, they can pick gender-based violence. Do you understand? So now these are three different goals. An organization can say this is what our focus is on. So that does not mean they don't know what they are doing, right? At the end of the day, it's all about impact. As long as impact is being made, then they are fine. You understand? As long as they are getting to their target audience with their message, then they are fine. Do you understand that? So that's for organizations. And for organizations that do that, that means they have the resources that they can use to what? To cater for that. For some organizations, they don't have the resources, they just stick with one and they do it well. For some, they go with three and they also do it well. So that's for organizations, which is actually fine. But for individuals now, for individuals, uh you are here, you are there. So for individuals, my suggestion or my encouragement or my advice is, at least, I'm not saying you can't be everywhere, at least be known for at least two niche. Be known for at least two niche. I say, this person, oh, isn't Mr. Olale, don't worry. If it's climate change, you will meet him there. Do you understand? That's because you've been able to to make that niche your own personal space. So anything that has to do with climate change, they see you there. One way or the other, you've become like the postal boy for climate change. Anything that has to do with or awareness that has to do with climate change. The funny thing, you can actually build a career in climate change. That's how people build career. Okay, now I'll give an example. I have a friend of mine. He's a photographer, right? He does when he started photography. He does event photography, right? He shoots weddings and all. But along the line, he volunteered for an organization that had to do with climate change, and he found interest in climate change. And before you know it, my friend that was into event photography switched to climate change. Now he found interest in in climate change, and then he switched, and today he's doing fantastically well in in climate change, in climate photography. He shoots videos, pictures for a whole lot of NGOs that have to do with climate change and all, which has taken him around the world, outside the shores of Nigeria. Sure, you understand? So now that's him sticking to a pattern, because of course he was into event photography before. Now he switched to climate. So he was not doing events and doing climate and doing everything. Don't be a jack of all trade and not be known for one. So when he switched to climate totally, and then he fixed his gaze on it. He built credibility in that area, and before you know it, he has become one of the household names when it comes to climate photography. Do you understand? So that's for individuals. So I've explained for individuals, and I've also explained for organizations. So I believe I've been able to answer that.
Yes, yes. Thank you very, very much. I don't know if there's any if any of the participants have a question for our speaker. If you have a question for our speaker, can you unmute yourself and speak? Hey, I believe there's no question. Okay, I can see that Dr. Favor is currently on the call. Dr. Favor is the founder of GELA and the youth-led organization. Dr. Favor, I don't know if you want to say one or two before we wrap up for today.
Okay, thank you very much, Mubarak. Um, and I would want to say, first of all, thank you to the speaker. I got what you said a while ago when I joined the call, and you talked about being strategic while volunteering and the importance of volunteering, and also having to create or navigate your path to a career, creating a career around what you're doing. I think it's something I think young people really need to know about, because you can build a career around what your passion is. When you're passionate about volunteering, but you can build a career around it, and that's what the speaker emphasized. For me, I would say volunteering is an asset. Volunteering is never a privilege for the people you are working with. You know, some people have a wrong notion about what they see volunteering to be. They see that some people believe that I'm volunteering with this organization. Okay, then they should even be thanking me that they haven't seen me to be available. No, I will tell you something. I was doing an application, a foreign application for a client. and we have done almost everything. One of the major um, roadblocks we had or challenges we had was the fact that this fellow had zero experience with organizations. In fact, nobody was available to recommend her. Academics is found, yes, but nobody was able to have, even for where she was able to struggle to get an academic referee, but she has not worked anywhere. She has the kind of person that focuses only on academics. So the actually did. And volunteering with organization is one way you get these things for free. Fine, they're not going to pay you stipends or pay you, sorry, like pay you a salaries per se. But I can tell you that you can always call to them, write to them and say, oh yeah, I volunteered with this organization in 2012, 2023, 2012 to for 2 years, and I'm now going for graduate program in the UK, and I'm looking forward to getting an application for you. I mean, a recommendation letter for you. They are very happy to recommend you, and they're going to give you the best shot. For me, as a CEO, oftentimes when I know the person directly, the person is someone that I've done well, I really literally know the person has been very active. I'll just tell you, just recommend yourself, like write all the good things you want to be in the letter. And all I just do is to just read through and I sign. And we read people have written up to 2 pages, for themselves. And I sign and they submit the letter and they get the opportunities. So that's one thing. Volunteering is very golden, and we need to change our ideology about it. You are never doing them a favor. You are actually doing yourself good. Because if you see, put yourself in the situation I just mentioned for this girl, she could literally not pay anybody to recommend her. Because what how much you have you want to pay? You want to pay somebody to pay to the person does not know you, person does not he does not endorse you, but they can't put their signature on you. Do you understand? So but when you've volunteered, it goes a long way. Then last another experience I want to share too is somebody who has volunteered in our organization. In fact, several persons who have volunteered at my admin desk previously have been open to opportunities. One of the things I can say is that when you volunteer with people who are getting global opportunities a lot, some of these things rub on you as well. There was an admin officer who got a fully funded trip, you know, sponsored by the United States government to travel to Ghana for the Young Africans Leaders Initiative program. And this person was volunteering in our organization. So you really do not need to be a founder, to be a change maker, to win things, to win opportunities. Yeah, I must found. You don't need to have founded an organization. No, you can volunteer and win something big. So I'm just letting you know. And this is not just the only person. Somebody else again, I admit he got the same opportunity. And the speaker said a lot, and I just want to reinforce this. Thank you very much for having to come, Mr. Paul. We appreciate you. And every other person who joined, thank you for joining. One announcement from my own part before I hand over again is that the prestigious Global Mentorship Program, which is a global mentorship program for leaders across the world, is hosted by GELA. If you type it on Google, prestigious global mentorship program, you will see it pops up as one of the first appearances, and it's it's currently open. It's open. It got open today, so you can Google it and try to apply if you're interested in applying to get mentorship. And Monica was one of the um, distinction candidates for the program. She's currently here. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, thank you very much, Adolfo, for your contribution. Once again, I appreciate the speaker for coming on board to share with us this uh, beautiful knowledge on the topic of volunteering. So, Fatima, I would like you to add one or two announcements, if any exist.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you.
I think there was a network glitch from Fatima. Yes, yes, we can hear you now. Previously, when you, I think you kind of break for the last 10 15 seconds.
We heard what you said.
Living experience. I know Fatima, you're having a network challenge, but no worry, we'll take it up from here. So once again, I appreciate Mr. Paul for joining the call today and facilitating today's session. It was such an insightful one, and I appreciate the participants for joining the call despite the several issues we had prior to today. First being that the event had to be postponed, and second being that we had a technical challenge starting today's session. So before we wrap up, I would like to bring on AC to give us a closing remark. Over to you, AC, to give us a closing remark before we call it a day.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Mubarak. Thank you very much. Okay, I want to appreciate everyone who took their time out of their busy schedule to join in the call. I'm sure it was quite an impactful section, and of course, we're able to get one or two ideas home on the power of volunteering. Again, I want to thank Mubarak for it was quite smooth anchoring the section, really, and also Dr. Favor for joining in. Thank you very much. Paul Ayeni. In fact, it was really such an insightful section. I'm so glad I joined in. So thank you very much all once again for joining the call. Please do well to join subsequently our webinar. Like Fatima rightly said, on the 29th of June is going to be the webinar for June. Please do well to join in and connect. So thank you very much. Thank you and good night. God bless you.
All right, good night, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for joining. We look forward to seeing you in the next webinar, which is coming up June 29th. Thank you very much. And hopefully, we will be able to have and would like to bring back our amiable speaker who did justice to this topic. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.